Hey, what's up? What's up? So, I know I had a conversation yesterday. I'm back in the car again, as you can see. I don't know why. The car and the closet in my room are like my safe place. Like, I can have a conversation. I just feel comfort. Maybe it's just the enclosement of the safeness. I don't know. But these are my safe place. But I wanted to kind of give you guys just I don't even call it an overview, but I wanted you to go on this journey with me and kind of give you some insight as to what's been going on in my life, so we can, like I said, document. But I wanted to give you the foundation, the lay of the land for the last 2 years. So with that being said, I have, let me turn this heat down. Like I said before, I was laid off twice in the last 2 years, both during the holiday season. December 23rd, I was laid off. December 14th, yes, December 14th, from an autonomous driving company I worked with. And then last year, December 2024, I was laid off December the 6th. When I tell you, corporate America, I will say, has been good to me. I cannot complain. I love what I do. But there is that instance where if they say, hey, we don't need you anymore, it's like click and everything is taken underneath you. And that's what's kind of happened in these last two situations. Granted, financially, I've been fine. I was with the first company. They gave us 4 months worth of pay, plus I had my bonus, plus I had stock, so I was good. Just being very transparent, I had about at least $70K from that leave at that time that I was able to live on. It took me 6 months to find a job in that position, and when I lost that position. But like I said, I was set because I had the 70K, as cushion until I found something else. Then looking, I think I was actually laid off, like I said, December the 14th on that particular position. I found a good job in July. Worked there for about 4 or 5 months. I really felt like, and I hate to say this, I'm not one to make excuses. Like, anytime I work, I give 150%. I'm always diving deep. I'm doing extra. Like, because I just love, so, like I say, what I do in the recruiting spaces. I told you guys before, I love helping. I love that piece of it. I had a knack for the diversity piece. I love that as well. So being able to incorporate the diversity as well as recruiting in there was just fabulous. So here I am at this new company in July as a contractor. I'll give you that. Wasn't a permanent employee. I could tell the writing on the wall. There was so many of us that they had hired. Like, I want to say about 26 of us within the technical recruiting space, because they had projected that there would be this huge influx of what we call requisitions, which are basically job openings that we would fill. That really wasn't the case. I had like 2 or 3 recs. It was just a lot. I mean, a lot in the sense of, you could tell that something was going to transition. So with that being said, I started doing other stuff, diversity stuff. I went to North Carolina A&T. I worked with some of their technical students and programs. I did other stuff within the company, like presenting projects on diversity within our group. And I don't know if that hurt me. I really don't. I'll be honest. Our manager was an Indian guy, and they wanted to push the diversity piece, I thought, which is what I was doing. I was one of the higher performing recruiters on the team. My, what we call time to offer rate was sky high. Well, was low, I should say. It was like 32 days. On an average, it's about 45 days, 60 days. And I was doing really well. So next thing you know, it's like, oh, we need to make some cuts. And I was one that got cut. And I'm just like puzzled. Like, okay, I was doing all this extra work. I was doing my job over and beyond, getting the numbers. And I'll say this too. In that sector, of technical recruiting, there's not a lot of people that look like me. That's another thing. I've been on teams where there's only Myself, I've been on teams where there's 2 or 3 of us. Within that 26, I believe, that was on that team, there was 4 of us that were black. There was two black women, myself and another young lady, and then there was 2 black gentlemen. And it's always been that way from the technical side of the house, where you technical recruiting side of the house, where there's those ones and twosies. I call them like I don't hate to call them tokens, but we're kind of like, you know, that diversity piece. But yeah, so I was laid off there. And with that, I didn't get a severance. I didn't get stock. I didn't get bonus due to the fact that I was a contractor. So as a contractor, you know, you're there for a certain stint of time. And then if they decide to let you go or what have you, boom, you're gone. So that's what happened. I still feel the diversity in what I was doing had something to do with why they, I don't know. I just, me and my husband was talking about, he's like, you know, that's probably what it was. But I'm like, they were pushing diversity. But as you can see, and what's going on in this administration, and taking everything away, a lot of companies, because, and I feel like Walmart, Target, Lowe's, these companies that had strong diversity backgrounds or strong diversity within the company, now they're knowing they're not going to get government funding, so they're like, okay, we need to exit, because we're not going to get from this administration what we need. So I think a lot of that is going on as well. And I don't want to talk about politics. This is not what I'm here for. I just wanted to give you guys a sense of where I am today, what I'm doing, and while I'm doing this, I feel like really diving deep and learning YouTube, TikTok, and some of the what do you call it? The websites that people are making cash money on just by doing everyday things. And I like doing this. I like talking. I like running my mouth. You'll learn that in the time span. But I mean, being able to control your own income, being able, if you don't feel like working today or doing anything, you don't have to do it. Or if someone says you can't bring diversity within your company, or they don't want this or they don't want that, that's not the case here. I think with YouTube, the internet, and all these different sites where people are making money on, you're in control of it. You control your destiny. And that's where I am right now in my life. I feel like, and I'm a bit, like I said, I'm being very transparent, honest. I am in my late 40s. I have been working in corporate America for, I don't know, since I was 20 something years old, undergrad. And I'm just tired. I'm emotionally, physically just tired. Like, we had some good stints, like vacations, the bonuses, all that good stuff. But at this point, it's like, do you want to keep going through the same thing over and over and over and over? And I'm tired. I want something different. So my goal is to build this platform. I want to build YouTube. I want to bring my family along with me. I want you guys to meet my family and just kind of learn the ins and outs of the Rolex. Like, we have a good time. We have a good time. We enjoy each other. You know, we're like any other family. We have our ups and downs and all that good stuff. It's just getting through it. You know what I mean? And I have two children. I have an 8-year-old and I have an 8-year-old son, I'm sorry, and a 14-year-old daughter. And then I have my husband. We have been together, and he's probably going to kill me if he sees this, I want to say 18 years, 19 years. I think it'll be 19 years this year. But we've been together like 18 or 19 years. I met him here in Atlanta. And probably the best thing that ever happened to me. I think we complement each other very well and helping each other get to the next level. He's very supportive of my journey on this. He's even like, hey, did you post today? You got content? I'm like, dude, chill. I got this. But having a supportive spouse makes it a whole lot easier. But I just feel like it's time for a change. And what are you going to do? You know what I mean? What are you going to do? How are you going to make that change? How are you going to control your own income? You know, I guess this is entrepreneurial in the sense you're not having an actual physical business, but this is a business, and getting your content and things within. So I'm excited to get this started. I wanted to, like I said, give you guys that foundation. Now, granted, a sister's still looking for a job, because I still want to have that foundation of a paycheck coming in every 2 weeks until I'm able to get this solidified and build this foundation, I still want to be able to still have that. So I'm still looking for a job. I'm still applying for jobs. I'm still interviewing for jobs. So I'll bring you on that too and just kind of give you, you know, some feedback as to what's going on. Now, I will say, since December, I know I have applied for over 800 jobs, just applying. And in this market, it is extremely hard. I've had a couple of interviews. One interview I had, the lady was like, oh my gosh, this is great. Everything I was saying, she was just giving me great feedback, and this is great. You need to meet the VP. You need to do this. She's like, what is your availability? Tomorrow, I got something tomorrow or Thursday. It was just like, ooh. So I'm like, I'm available, you know, when the VP's available. She's like, she's in Atlanta. She would love to meet you. Okay. She says, now let's talk compensation. What are your thoughts, or what are you looking for compensation wise? I think I shot myself in the foot, right? So I knew the position paid $50 an hour, I think. The recruiter before I talked to had told me. She says, I know, you know, probably our compensation is a little low. I said, well, I don't know, ladies' name. Let's say Tina. Tina said it was $50 an hour. I said, but you know, and it was 4 days on site as well, in Atlanta. I'm like, really, because I was feeling like she was really, really wanting me, right? So I'm like, okay, ask for what you want. Ask for what you want. I teach my kids. I'll be like, look, closed mouth don't get fed. Ask for what you want. So she said, I said, well, probably something between the 60 and 65, which was less than what I was making before. I was making $75 an hour before as a contractor with the other company, but I said 60 to 65. She's like, okay. And she asked me about coming in. I'm like, oh, I have no problem coming in. You know, the recruiter did tell me that it's flexible, you know, maybe 2 or 3 days. Cause like I said, I want to do my content creation. I can't be in an office all day for 4 days. So she's like, yeah, okay. She says, yes, that sounds good. She says, either myself or the recruiter will get back to you. Child, when I tell you, the next day I'm waiting. I'm checking my email. Like, hey, nothing. Okay, no, I hear no messages. I get this and get that. I'm like, what's going on? Oh, so that was Wednesday. I talked to her on Tuesday. Wednesday, it was crickets. Okay. So then Thursday, I reach out. I send a follow-up. Well, let me go back. I sent an email after the interview thanking her for the interview and our conversation. Key, she didn't respond. Usually if they're, well, and I can't say that. Well, I will say that. Let's say 99%. If you send a thank you email after your interview and you get response, you know they're really interested because they're engaging. They want to make sure they keep you on the up and up. She didn't respond. So that was a red flag there. Next day, I didn't see a response to my email. She hadn't reached out. So that Thursday, it had been a full day. I hadn't gotten anything. I reached out to her late that Thursday. Still didn't hear anything. I'm at my parents' house because I was looking around for mobile homes in the mobile home parks and stuff. And I'm at my parents' house and I get a text, not a text, instant message from LinkedIn, from the recruiter, saying they decided to move forward with somebody else. But, you know, if any other position, you know, the same old fluff. Any positions come up about, please don't stop to apply, whatever. But I'm like, what? I just knew. I was telling my mother-in-law. I was telling my husband. I told my parents. I'm like, I got this. This is it. She was giving me all this fluff. She was telling me, you know, we got to get you to meet the VP. This. I'm like, I got this. Never put all your eggs in one basket. Like I told you, I never got that call from that lady. And I believe it was the compensation and then coming in 4 days a week. I've always worked remotely, or let's say since, I don't know, 2010. It's been a while. I've worked remotely for the most part. In my last role, I did go in one day a week, or sometimes if I didn't feel like going in, I didn't have to, but going in 4 days a week, I was just like, ugh. But no, I did not get the call back. I guess I didn't give her the full commitment on the 4 days a week, and I didn't get the commitment on the salary, even though she said she knew that I was probably out of range. But at that point, I'm like, I would take the $50 an hour it would be some cushion for me to continue to do this, but I needed the flexibility as well. So I'm a true believer. Everything happens for a reason. Our Father doesn't make any mistakes. That was not meant to be, but I did. I bought in like I had the job, you know what I mean? And I had to pull back like, okay. And then what was this? Last week, I interviewed with this company for a university partnership manager role. Oh my gosh, I love this role. You hear me? I love what it stands for. It's still helping people, working with the universities, which I love as well. It was working for nurse practitioners to help them get preceptors for their what do you call it, girl? Preceptors for their nurse practitioners, like the when they do like clinicals when they do for doctors. And I met with the lady who was the VP of people. She was actually doing the position as of now, because of the fact that they didn't have anybody. This was a new role. It was a startup company, started in 2017, but they were doing well. She's like, just between us, we're going up for our Series B or Series C, I can't remember. That's the tiers they have when you have a startup. And she was like, I love your energy. I think you would be awesome for this role. We talked over the time of the scheduled interview. We were still talking. The next person had actually chimed in into the Zoom, because she didn't lock them out, chimed into the Zoom, and she had to tell them if she would get back with them, give her a second, because she was still talking to me. So again, sister feeling confident. Okay, cool. She's like, alrighty, I'll have some insight. You're my first interview. That's what she told me. You're my first interview, and I'll have some insight by Friday. I think that was on a Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. So here's Friday. You know, again, I'm looking in my email, trying to find, I'm like, okay, here we go again, you know. All right, this one I didn't even hype myself up for because of the last situation. But this time, I'm like, okay. It was Friday at 5:35. I get an email from her. My heart just flunked, because I already know this is one of those rejection emails. We really appreciate your time, yada, yada, yada. But she was like, I really enjoyed our conversation, and I want you to meet with the CEO and the COO next week. I've added his admin to this email, and she'll reach out to get everything scheduled for next week. I'm like, oh, man, cool. So I'm feeling good. It's Friday weekend. I got perspective on the horizon. I had a couple showings for my mobile home that we have in Stone Mountain. Like, it was going great, right? Monday, no, I sent an email back because she's like, if you have any questions, please let me know. Please let me know. So I sent an email back like, you know, so excited to meet the CEO, the COO. I was like, could you please give some insight as to what the interview with the COO and the CEO will be about so I could prepare myself, right? I didn't hear anything. No, that was Friday evening. I'll take that back. It was Friday evening. I figured I would hear something Monday because it was so late on Friday. So over the weekend, I'm putting together this whole presentation about my 30, 90, 60 days and how I'm going to attack it. Like, I'm ready. Like I said, I try to think outside the box and not just be your typical applicant, but do stuff that kind of catches the hiring manager's attention. So I put together this whole PowerPoint. It's about 7 slides that I'm going to present to the CEO, COO on this interview next week. Monday comes around, nothing. Monday afternoon, I still didn't hear nothing. I'm like, man, okay. So then Monday, I want to say Monday, not evening, but it was late Monday, because I was sitting helping SJ, that's my son, with his homework. And she calls me. She's like, Monica, this is Emma. Do you have a second? I'm like, okay. I'm like, sure. I was like, I was just sitting here helping my son with his homework. So she's like, you know, I wanted to call you personally because we had our series meeting today and we did not get funded for the next series. So as far as budget wise, we don't have the funding just yet for that particular role. And it may not come around probably to June or July. And I know you don't want to wait that long, but you know, I just wanted to call you personally and tell you because I felt like we had a great conversation. I felt like you were a great applicant. She's like, I starred your resume. All this good, child, I want to cuss. All this good stuff. But you ain't got the money. I'm like, take it from somebody else's salary. The CEO don't need as much as he needs. But no, I was like, oh my gosh. She was like, I really I'm like, I did a presentation and everything. I'm like, I really wanted to meet the CEO and the COO, but that didn't transpire as well. So back at, what do you call it? Back at the square one. That's what I'm trying to say. Back at square one. Still looking. Still doing my content, still trying to get things done. But yeah, this job market is crazy. And like I said, with this new administration and what's going on, it's probably going to get even crazier with all the federal employees that they're trying to lay off. So I just want to bring you guys along, kind of give you, like I said, some insight as to what's going on, keeping you abreast to my life and everything that's going on in it. I feel like I live a good life. It just has some bumps in the road, but that's a part of life, and I'm ready for that. But I just wanted to kind of give you some insight. And I'm going to square off. Make sure you, not square off, I'm going to sign off. Make sure you subscribe as well. Leave a comment as well. And I will continue, like I said, to have these insights, meet the family, and just have a good time and just enjoy life. Like I said, enjoy life, because I feel like I'm truly blessed regardless of the situation I'm in. I'm grateful. I'm blessed. And I love my life. So, all right, I'm going to sign off and go get my lashes done. Yeah, I'm getting my lashes done even though I don't have a job right now, because I need to feel good about myself. And my lashes and my eyebrows, getting that stuff, and just, if you look good, you feel good. So, and I look good, but I just need my lashes and my eyebrows done. Peace. Okay, I'm headed to the bus stop to pick up SJ, my baby. I got an email a minute ago from the teacher saying that he was lethargic like throughout the day, and then when he came back from specials at 2 o'clock today, he laid his head down in the little library that they have in the room. Let me put my seatbelt on because it's starting to tell me. Lay down in the library they have in the room. So I hope he's not sick. She said she had touched his cheeks and his head. He felt a little warm, sent him to the nurse. Nurse sent him back, said that she'd be back in 10 minutes. I don't know, child, I'll tell you. They don't take care of our kids like we do. But anyways, I check my baby when he gets off the bus. So I will sit here and check on him. But in the meanwhile, let me give y'all an update. So while I was getting my lashes done and my brows done, I got a call. I got 2 emails from this job that I had applied for. No, actually, no, did I apply? I think they reached out to me. Excuse me. They reached out to me, I don't know, a few weeks back, wanting me to do, it's a TA manager job. It's out of Alpharetta. And if you know where I live in Cobb County at Alpharetta, it's a nice little hump, but okay. So it's a hybrid role. You go in, I think it's a couple days a week. Not as bad. But I called to follow up because I hadn't heard anything. Excuse me. And, oh, excuse me. Let me drink something. Wait 1 second. Okay, I know I should have water, but I got this. But I hadn't heard anything. And I'm like, okay, whatever, moving on. So he reached out today several times while I was getting my lashes done. I called him back and he's like, oh, I apologize. The position was on hold due to budget. And they revamped the position and the budget for the role. I know I told you initially the role was paying $75 an hour. No, 65. I'm sorry, $65 an hour. So I'm like, oh, okay. You know, I could do $65 an hour. So he's like, they revamped the budget and now the position is paying $70,000 a year. Okay, I said 70,000. Well, he said 70. Yeah, 70. I'm like, 70 an hour? He said no, $70,000. So they revamped it from 65 to 70,000. Okay. Now, granted, I don't have anything right now. 70K It's been a long time since I made 70K, but I'm like, yes, I want to move forward with the process. So I have an interview, or a second interview for that position on Friday. But I don't know, like all these lowballs, like it's just crazy. But whatever, we'll go through the process. Like I said, as long as I have something coming in into my internet, I become viral. So I'm gonna keep on pushing. But I see my baby's bus across the street, so they should be over here pretty soon. So hopefully all is well with him, and he's not feeling sick, or if it is, it's just a 24-hour bug. But we'll talk in a minute. All right, here comes the bus. I feel like when your kids are sick, it's like the longest time trying to figure out or wait to see them, to see what's going on. Let's see. Hopefully, see if he gets off the bus running, or if he gets off the bus looking like he's sick. Here he comes. Taking a minute. He's running a little bit. Oh, he's off the bus by himself. Uh-oh. He dropped his water bottle. Hey, boo! How are you? How was school today? You're not feeling good? Come here. What's wrong? You sweaty? You hot? And what hurt? Your throat? Okay. All right. Here it goes. Lay down. Okay. I was going to tell you to introduce yourself to YouTube, but we'll do it on a different day, okay? All right, guys, we're going to go. He's not feeling well. Okay, I'm back. So, yes, guys, he is sick. He has a temperature, well, a slight temperature. It's 99.7. So I got him some ibuprofen. He is laying on the couch now, so more than likely he will be home with me tomorrow. And hopefully it's just a 24-hour bug. He did say his throat was hurting, so hopefully, like I said, it's just a 24-hour bug. But I am headed to pick up Alex from the bus stop. I know, my kids are spoiled. I picked them up from the bus stop. I dropped them off at the bus stop. I don't know. I like doing it, so I don't have a problem with it. But I'm going to go get her and pick her up. And then I'm going to get home and I'm going to cook dinner this evening. I feel like cooking. And then I'm going to get ready and edit this, or piece it, I guess you can say, and post it. So let me see. All right, guys, here she comes. Now, she is the one who doesn't like to be filmed, so we shall see when she gets in the car. Don't film me, mommy. I don't want to be filmed. I'm not dressed to be. Oh, child, just like a girl. But waiting for her to get off the bus. Let me see. You see her? Ooh. These children dress like they're homeless these days. Hey.
Hi.
How was school?
Good. You got your lashes done?
I did. I'm filming you. Is that okay?
Yes.
Guys, meet my daughter, Alex. Alex, can you come into the frame so they can see you? Okay. So, you guys met SJ today. Sean, you met Alex. And now, we have to meet Daddy. Daddy. I call him Daddy. Sean. Big Sean. We have to meet Big Sean. Talking like what?
Like, hiya. Are you talking your regular voice?
I'm talking in my regular voice. How was school?
Good.
What y'all do today?
A test of work.
Testing what?
Science.
In science.
Hmm?
How'd you do?
I don't know.
You don't know. how'd you feel you did?
Bad.
Why? What was it on?
Everything that we've been learning.
And why you don't know it?
I don't know.
I thought you told me this was the semester you was getting all A's. Remember, that's what you said. How you
I have a 97 in that class or something like that. I don't know.
But if you get bad on the test, what'd that bring you down to? What was it? Was it summative or formative?
Summative.
You could retake it if it's bad, right?
Yes. But she says that you can make it up when tribe time.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's cool. I'm gonna make some rice and some chicken teriyaki and some vegetables for dinner today. SJ's sick. The teacher texted me and said he was lethargic all day at school, and then like I think she said the last 15-20 minutes when they came back from specials, he laid his head down in the library. She was like, that's not like him. So she said she went to told him to go to the nurse, and the nurse sent him back and said send him back in 10 minutes or something. Should be back in 10 minutes. I don't know, but he got a slight temperature, so just giving you a heads up. He said his throat hurt, so hopefully it doesn't go around to everybody in the house. Was you itchy today? So
I'm not itchy
clothes.
that much. I don't know. It's like random spots.
You think it's the clothes, or you think it was a shrimp?
I don't know. I mean, if it was allergic action, it probably even. I don't think I'll just be itching. I don't know.
Well, you the one said you thought it was shrimp because you had it.
I ate it twice in a row and that happened, so that made sense. But it's only my back a little bit. It's like a sensation, but it's not itching that bad.
All right, guys, I'm gonna get in here and cook dinner. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Want you to be a part of this journey with us. All right, talk to you guys later.